they look at where, you know, we know that the school can't go out and just openly fund an outside recreational facility. So the KDA really looks at collaboration between organizations, preferably county and city, which is what we're doing here. So that as far as that goes, that will be favorable. But it's not an easy, quick fix, and it's probably going to take longer than what we think, because there's things with government do. But at least Mr. Moore thinks that this is going to be a positive thing when they start to do the project.
That's one of the first things that they, from what I understand anyway in this process, it's one of the first things that they find out is what type of collaboration that we have with the community, and that's just a big plus. So,
Anyway, appreciate it.
Well done, Dave.
thank you.
I do, before you sit down, so I think this opens up some other possibilities
Yes, sir.
about working together with other entities.
Absolutely.
What would be the possibility of talking to the university about making the recreation center available to citizens of Moorhead?
Already done it.
And what's your report then?
I met this past Monday with the new director at the Wellness Center, and asked that gentleman, I'm sorry, his name slipped my mind, Russ, Mr. Russ, I believe that's his last name.
I'm not mad at you.
He's new, and he just hit the ground running, and already met with him for about 30 minutes and asked him to find out what could be done further for this, not just for the citizens that's already opened up. They do open up for
I know, but you have to pay the full fee.
the full fee, and I asked for the city of Moorhead citizens, or the city of Moorhead, since we contribute and have contributed towards intramurals, and we contributed towards Eagle Trace, which is, I know it's been a few years ago, but I haven't forgot it, and that we have contributed towards Eagle Trace, that possibly they could give a reduced rate for an annual membership at the Wellness Center.
And I guess what I'm thinking is that, we're setting aside $10,000 a year out of our recreation budget for the use of the football soccer field, all turf. What could we leverage by giving that same kind of contribution to Moorhead State if they're interested, so citizens could use the pool, the weight, all the benefits of that recreation facility, assuming the university can do that.
I think during non-peak hours, I think that's very, and that's what was explained to me, that's very negotiable in his mind. He was going to forward that on to Madonna Weathers and see what her thoughts were on that. I've also asked the mayor to talk with Dr. Andrews, see what his thoughts are on that. I'm all for it. I think they should. Now, during peak hours, I'm sure that they're going to maybe step back a little bit there.
Sure.
But absolutely. I mean, we've worked together. As far as Parks and Rec goes, we couldn't survive without the school system and the university. We all three worked together and have for years.
That's great.
And so I think it's a good thing to be able to negotiate that.
I think this is an atmosphere for creating this type of cooperation is the time to do it. So we're going to try to further that and meet with
And
all of them.
I would like to see for the city of Moorhead, our workers and so forth, be able to have a opportunity of getting a reduced rate at a membership there. And I like to go on record saying that. We've helped the university procure Sunnybrook Golf Course, or not Sunnybrook, but Eagle Trace, and some other things. I think it's the least that we could ask for.
I mean, I know you're aware of the walking program that
Sure.
they have. So.
From 8 to 10,
8 to 10 during the week and
week.
weekends, and
and that's it.
that's it.
2 hours.
So,
Right. It is a
I
short
think we can do
program.
more. I think they do more than that.
but, and that's again, it is their facility, and it was student financed, and that's where it becomes.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
No, but if we're going to start to make that more economically viable by making a potential contribution out of our recreation budget, that creates a whole new level.
I agree. I'm just saying that's why
Yes.
where it's been to where it's been to this point.
Right.
So we can get by that.
Because I know the swimming pool does not break even.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's a big expense, and it's
Not at
not
all.
used nearly like they had hoped,
No.
so.
I
We
think
have to take as much advantage of the recreational facilities that we have as possible. And
You're absolutely
You
right.
know, your leadership is very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and it is, and they do work well with our school system and our swim team, and they've really developed a good relationship, so this is
It's
hopefully,
pretty expensive though.
it has been, but it's cheaper than driving to Ashland,
No, that's true.
so,
They've
cheaper
lowered the
than
price
building
of
the
swim
pool.
team.
and cheaper than building a pool,
So they
so,
worked with us on the swim team. It's
yeah,
a lot
they've
better.
reduced it what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
Alright.
rate's the same, they just don't charge us like they used to. They used to
Yeah.
charge us from the time somebody hit the door till they left. Now
And-
we basically have a deck fee versus a pool fee, which is a lot more expensive, so.
And you all need to be commended as far as the wellness center goes, because I mean, until when they first, if y'all will remember, when they first built the wellness center, it wasn't available for the citizens at all.
That's right.
And you all put the pressure on them to make it available to the citizens that, you know, whatever the rate may be, but at least it is available now. So that wouldn't have been done without your all's push on that.
Well, and it's just working together.
Yeah.
Simple thing, hard to do, but simple
Yeah.
thing. All right, any
Thank
other
you.
questions for Dave? Thank you,
Thank you.
Dave.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll move on down then to 11B1, new business, resolution to update personnel policies and train employees on new personnel policies
Second.
with assistance from KLC.
That's a good price.
I got a second.
So you think that's a good price then? Because the way it's written, we've got to give 50% up front. It's that fee plus travel and expenses. So,
It's a lot of work.
all right.
It really is.
And it's something,
And it can save you.
She's already been here once.
she's been here once.
Okay. All right.
And the good thing about it is, now this is something we haven't talked about, and Glenn may can speak towards this, with the utility plant board. Holly and I and Chrissy have talked, they're doing the same thing, and we're trying to see a way if we couldn't work together on maybe work on these, like a workshop together
Yeah.
on this, because they're gonna do the same thing. And I know Andrea Schindelbauer,
Awesome.
if it's possible, because they are different on certain things, but we are gonna try to do that to maybe save everybody a little bit of time and money, so.
That'd be good. These personnel policies are how outdated? They're-
Oh, 80s?
Just the EEO and some of the other things that are bad, huge liability if we do not update, I can tell you
And I
that.
think we're gonna take them out of the ordinance book and just have
Yeah,
them.
they did what a
first.
municipal order or
Yeah.
personnel.
That way,
Which
if
the
we need
plant
to
board,
change them.
we
it's
did it.
easier.
What, 6 years ago? It wasn't that long ago.
But
Still
this
gets
is
outdated.
probably,
Oh, it still gets outdated, but ours are older here, but
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was a great price.
I need to do that.
Yes. So do we have a motion to,
so moved.
Yeah,
We
got
already
it,
did.
so we need any further discussion?
Oh, I seconded it, sorry.
We did.
All right, please call roll.
Atkins?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Carey?
Yes.
Franzini?
Yes.
Mosley?
Yes.
Teeger?
Yes.
All right, moving on to 11B2, resolution to surplus public works vehicles. Greg could not be here, he's under the weather. And two of his other ones that were gonna try to come, they had previous engagements, so he discussed it with Joe and Beth, I think. Basically, they were just the two old trucks, weren't they?
The old sweeper
Sweeper
truck.
Sweeper truck and then the
96
old-
Dodge with a bad engine.
Yeah.
And the
So
sweep-
moved.
All right.
Sold on good bids.
Second.
It's on.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Atkins?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Carew?
Yes.
Franzini?
Yes.
Mosley?
Yes.
Teeger?
Yes.
Item 11B3.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What it is, so people know what we're-
Dave was prepared with a 30-minute PowerPoint.
So I move that we proceed with the purchase from Crossroads Ford in Frankfurt for two new utility police interceptors at $28,404 each.
Which is at the state contract.
Yes. You want me to read the whole thing? I can read the whole thing.
No, no.
Just in case somebody said we didn't bid them.
We're trying to
We
quit.
got it.
All right.
Give the VIN number too.
So those are literally SUVs, like the picture?
They're like what
Like what
MSU
Chev's
got. MSU got. Go ahead and call roll.
Atkins?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Carew?
Yes.
Franzini? Mosley?
Yes.
Teeger?
Yes.
Other city business, old or new? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I can make it as part of my comments. if you-
Well, what I was gonna do, I wanna have a brief, not listed, a brief closed session.
Okay.
So will someone,
You need to stay
You have
with
to
it.
say the state.
well, it's gonna be for, acquisition of land and employee.
Mhm.
So, okay. Well,
Personnel.
personnel, I was gonna discuss, no?
Can't discuss it.
The only thing you talk about personnel is
What you already know about, but let's just say acquisition of land then.
Which public discussions would affect the value of the.
Yeah.
We'll come back to my other comments then, all right, okay.
So we have to ask if we're gonna go into executive session, so we need.